Hi. Hi, everybody. I'm saying hi to him like, there.
Right.
Yeah,
We're
hi.
here.
Hey, everybody. Happy to be here, Nisha's Network. But right now, I am not representing Nisha's Network. I am representing Marriage Madness, you guys. We are here with some Marriage Madness, talking to married couples from all over. But tonight, our special guest is none other than the infamous.
Do you want me to beat the table?
Yeah.
Just bring him in here.
Come on, to our family, to our friends, to our ministry partners, to our business partners, to our other kids, to our kids' other parents. None other than the Roberts.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
The Roberts.
We should have a theme song, I guess.
I was
She's pumped.
No, let me just say we are grateful for you guys and thank you for doing this, even though some people don't have a choice. Case in point. We just
smile.
Right. We just celebrated Ebony's birthday and we celebrated with the Mayan and Eb their anniversary as well. Right? So it's been a month of celebrations.
Yes, it has.
Yeah. How y'all doing?
I think we're great. Tired.
We tired,
but
are you partied out? You celebrated out? You got a little left in you?
Listen, something like that. I'm not 20 no more, so.
And I was like, what was it, about 5 days of celebrating?
No, a month.
45 things, and I still have 15 left.
That's so exciting. I mean, we could talk about all the things that Eb has done this month. But we don't have time for that right now, but it's exciting stuff, y'all. Inquiring minds, you would want to know. Anyway.
So for those who don't know the Roberts, tell us who you are. Tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Well, ladies first.
Wow. We are the Roberts. We have been married 23 years. This August 1st, we've been together 25 years. We have 4 amazing children. Well, one, she's still a baby to me. She's 16. But everybody else is grown.
Don't rush.
Right. A little spicy, soon to be 5-year-old granddaughter who just started kindergarten.
Yes.
And
were they ready for her in kindergarten?
No.
I don't think they were.
No.
They were not ready.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Not ready.
Not yet. I'm praying. We praying that we can make it without a phone call. But yeah, she has a story every day. Yes, and like Wes and Anisha said, we are business partners with the Stringfellows. We are family. Yes, we are the parents to their children, the other parents, as they are parents to our children.
Absolutely.
Because our kids don't like us, so they like, how kids be. So
what they do.
It's what they do.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't know. I'm Mayan Roberts. Very simple kind of guy. I'm a truck driver. I am a girl dad many times over. We have 4 daughters. We have a beautiful granddaughter. We have a bunch of goddaughters and
3 goddaughters.
A new godson.
And we have a godson. We finally have a boy.
And I have a boy dog whose name is Marshmallow.
And we have a grandson because our goddaughter had a baby. So we do have a god grandson.
So you mean Marshmallow is still around?
Man, every day I just be like, today is his day.
Yeah, he goes.
But he's still here.
I don't know. He getting old, though, man. He go hide out in dark places, man. He go hide under the bed, or he go hide in the corner of a closet somewhere, and he get real quiet. So, but he's still around.
Well, that's cool. Well, listen, you guys, you all have been a part of Heart Life probably since we've pretty much known you because if anybody knows anything about Mayan and Eb, and you may not, but this is the truth, that they just jump in and start putting their hands to the plow. You all are massively gifted and have a gift of hospitality. I mean, when we first met you guys, I know we came to your house, had a full smorgasbord. Eb had cooked and invited our just family oriented people. But I know that everything hasn't always been easy. And so I pulled up this amazing book authored by none other than Ebony Roberts. And so I am so excited to share with you guys that I really wanted to talk about this because I wanted real talk. We've talked to a few couples this week, in the past couple weeks, and we've covered quite a bit, but we haven't covered the overcoming trials, and we still all are overcoming. So it doesn't mean that anyone has arrived. But Ebony wrote a book called "I Want a Divorce," and the title just really slaps on a lot of things. And so if you guys want to go find this book, you can on Amazon. It really is a book of healing and ministry. And I'll let Eb, well, I wanted to say, but I was going to ask some questions. But go ahead, Eb. Explain to us a little bit about the book.
Explain that name. That's what I was.
It just kept going.
Well, I don't know if I could take it. I always kind of like to preface it or kind of soften the blow because people see the title and I think they're misled. Like, we've sat the book on the table at marriage retreats and at different spiritual functions, and people are like, all right, if I'm here for my marriage to get better, why do I want a book called "I Want a Divorce"?
Man,
so
because you need it.
So we to preface it and give a little intro.
Yeah. So about the book, I wrote the book 2017, 18 or something like that. Yeah, and I did want a divorce. I did. And it was just because just a lot of life stuff. And I think that once I made the decision to say that that's what I wanted, I know that I heard, what are you going to divorce from? Like you're pointing out all of his flaws and all the things you don't like, which are true, but you are not a perfect person. And so as a result of that, I wrote a letter because I'm very animated, and sometimes my animation can get misinterpreted as whatever to people. And so I felt like if I wrote the letter and just read it, then it'll take the sting out of what I'm trying to say and he'll be able to like hear my heart. And so I wrote the letter, read it to him, and then it turned into a book. And so I felt like I can't be the only person like dealing with self. I can't be the only person dealing with facing that you aren't who you think you are as well. And so what made me get to those points? Well, life events. And so I just kind of walked through just some of our life experiences and how God allowed for me to overcome. And I kind of put some work in there. So, it's not just a read, it's stuff for you to do, for you to be able to do some soul searching. I think for me, it's really huge every year for me to know how much I've grown and how much I still need to grow. So I always ask the tough questions. I'm always doing self-evaluations, which is beneficial to a marriage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How many years y'all been married?
23.
23 years. That's a long time. And so I wanted to just really dive into that self-reflection, and both of you all can respond to this. Since the pandemic and since things have gone on, we all have faced so many trials, and we've done, and your birthday weekend was really about, self-preservation and really thanking the Lord for your family, for your village, and, different things like that. But what would you all recommend to couples that really are struggling and want a divorce for real? Like they want to give up today?
Oh, you got anything come to mind immediately?
I mean, I always can say something about Listen, self-reflection. That's all I can say. a lot of times we don't sit long enough in our own mess, in our own decisions, in our own thoughts, in our own way of thinking to even recognize that we could be a part of the problem. At the end of the day, we're the common denominator to everything in life. And so it's you always start with self. And
Okay.
then just to make sure, hey, am I good? Did I misinterpret this wrong? And if not, then now you're able to take that to your partner and say, hey, you know what? I really didn't fully understand this, that, or the third, or how did we get to this place? What is your take on where we are? Just
Mm.
communication and conversation, just to kind of find out some hard spaces. And it's really awkward. It doesn't feel good. It's very tough to sit in mistakes, and the lack of knowledge. Honestly, a lot of growth or trying to grow and become one unit comes from the way you were, your environment. It played a huge part. And a lot of people just kind of dismiss that and say, well, no, it has a lot to do with the fabric of your life. So if you can't recognize, hey, you know what, for me, I didn't have a dad. That was huge. I didn't really think about that until I was 40. So imagine being with him for 25 years and not really knowing how to respect men, period, because there was no man. That's huge. But I
Yeah.
can keep saying, oh, well, that's not it. That's not it. No, that is it. There was no male figure. So how do I respect something that I don't know anything about? you
Wow.
know, so sitting in those places is uncomfortable, but you owe it to yourself for healing to be able to sit in what's uncomfortable.
Right, and that's why I love that title. And it is an attention grabber, because if you are struggling in marriage and you're looking for some encouragement, and you see a book, "I Want a Divorce," you're going to pick that up and want to flip it over to see what it's about. And once you start reading it, you find out that it's not your spouse that you are trying to divorce, but it's all
Yeah,
the other crap that's in the way and causing all the issues and the lack ofs and the too much ofs that you are trying to divorce
yeah,
your life. And I love that. So that title is perfect. You are absolutely right, Mayan. And sometimes you don't even need a preface. They just need to see it, and it needs to slap them in the face.
Right. And I mean, you can see that some people are kind of taken aback, and that gives you an opportunity to kind of engage them a little bit. But I guess to answer Nisa's question on my part, if it was somebody that was ready to throw in the towel like today, uh, I don't know. For me, I just like to kind of, like Ebony said, kind of come to yourself for one. Take a quiet time or take a quiet moment and sit down and write like all the pros and cons. And I mean, in today's society, or depending on how much baggage you have or what you've been through, it seems like for more people, the cons come so quickly. It's easy to write the bad. Your cons might be 30 things and your pros might be 3 or 4 things. But I would say in that situation, like everybody's been saying, do some self-reflection and figure out, what to play in the breaking down or the demise of my marriage, and just continue. Even though, look at those pros. If it's just 3 or 4, whether y'all been married 25 days or 25 years, I'll just say focus on the pros. I'm a very optimistic person. I've always been a glass half full. Like I'm always gonna see what's there, and if it's just 3 things, I'm gonna focus on those 3 things and magnify them so that they much bigger than those 30. And I mean, just keep building on those, and just remember why what attracted me to you. What made me smile. Because I mean, chances are what made you smile is still there. It's probably just so many external things that then kind of just watered it down and degraded it a little bit, or maybe just blinded you where you can't even see it. So just go back and look at them 3. Look at the 3 pros.
That's
That's
good.
that's good, Mayan. And I know that Ebony is the author of this book, but you always like to claim her inspiration. Being her inspiration.
Inspiration behind it.
So kudos to
that,
both of
that
y'all on that.
Well, I want to say too that one of the things that I really appreciate, and I didn't think about this till last night, well, Saturday night when we were at the Ebony's birthday party, that you guys have drawn in a community and a family. And even though you all give honor to the community and family for encapsulating you guys, you don't realize the impact that you've made on everyone. And I'm not saying you just don't, but I thought about this all the years you all have attended the marriage getaway. you know you all have brought a tribe, and it when you all didn't think you were going to make it, you still showed up, but then you still brought a tribe and you paid for people. So I want to just really kind of dive in just a little bit about how you think the marriage getaway has made an impact on your life, because me and Wes always say, everybody else, if y'all don't have a good time, we still gonna have a good time. We're not gonna really worry about, except that very first one, if we had to come to Jesus meeting like at 4 a.m. or something. Remember that?
Also, man, I was there. It wouldn't even been no book.
God is good though. But anyway, tell us a little bit about that and how you can encourage others, because just from your take on it, just as not only team members but as a married couple.
Well, since you brought it up, that first one was, man, I could have killed this dude. I just, man, that's all I could say. And I don't think that me and Nisha knew each other like that enough for her to be in tune the way that she was that weekend. First, I was mad at him because you paid for something that I didn't agree to. And we were like in financial situations. Like, how do you take money away from, we need to pay this mortgage, and you taking $600 that we ain't got to do what? So I was mad at that. Then we get there, like everyone knows Maya can't dance, and I use quotes in quotes. I feel like this: if you can learn how to get out of first grade to go to second grade and third and fourth, you can learn something. So that whole can't dance thing, whatever. So we get there, music playing. Right. How you just gonna say you can't do these things, but you want to be a DJ? So I'm literally sitting there like, you just not gonna dance with me, but you want me to sit here and wait for you to go talk to the DJ? You got me messed up. So now I'm mad because of that. Like, it just kept going, and he just went on like it was just wonderful to him. We got in that room and I was seething. I was like, I'm about to kick his head off his shoulder. Like, let me go lock myself in this bathroom because it's about to go down in this hotel room. And Nisha was like, if you're woke, come upstairs to my room right now.
It was like 4 a.m. I remember that.
How does she even, right? How, it's too early. First, why am I woke and why is she talking to me? I don't even know her like that. But just to save his life and my life, I'm gonna go ahead and go up there. I get up there and I'm thinking, oh, we finna have like a little fruity fruit. She starts praying and you gotta work for your family. You need to, and she's just going. I'm like,
You know her.
I didn't know.
oh, it was bad, y'all. It was bad. It was bad, but good. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. I was like, okay, God, I understand the significance of me being here because it was for me. It wasn't even for our marriage because we weren't really in a bad space. I stopped doing things that God told me to do. And that weekend, that was life being spoken back into me because I just was from church hurt, from, like we were in a transition from church, and I had just closed my salon down. Like, it just was a lot of stress. And so I just was like, I'm not doing anything. And that weekend, a jolting power of get your butt up and move. And so that's what it was for me. What'd you say?
It wasn't from me, it's from the Lord.
So that's what, for me, what these getaways, and I'm glad we changed it to getaways. That's what it means. Like, it is, I think that you shouldn't think of this particular setting as, oh, this is just one more service. Oh, we were told, oh, they're just gonna get you there and ask for money. That's all these churches want. First of all, we not a church. It's not a church, y'all. It is community outreach, okay? For the total healing package of the family, not just marriages. And so we were trying to explain these things to people, and they always had a reason until they came. And I was like, it's not what you think. It's not about your marriage. It's about you being healed. If you don't come to one thing that we have this weekend, just the fact that you got away from what is keeping you from getting away, it's going to help you. It's an investment. Wes says it all the time. You trying to get money out of your account and you ain't putting nothing in there. Ain't nothing in there. You like in the negative thousands of dollars. And you still want something. You want to get in advance. How? When you're not investing, when you're not putting things into. I can keep going, but that's what it means. I'm gonna let this dude say something.
I don't know. I kind of. What was the question one more time? The short.
Your takeaways. Sure. He was like me. We was watching a TV show, listening to you, Ed. Go ahead, Maya. Just the getaways in general.
Right. I mean, the getaways are always a great thing. I mean, it's always a time of healing and a time of refreshing for one. And like Ebony said, I mean, I will take our last, or at that particular time I did, it was worth the investment. I think like they say, anything that you have or anything that you value, be willing to invest in it. If you got a nice car, you got to invest into it to keep it going. If you got a nice house, you got to buy landscaping and you got to buy furniture.
If you have a nice wife, you have to invest.
Right, absolutely. Right. Well, yeah. If you got a nice wife or somebody you trying to win over, you got to invest gifts and you got to invest time. I'm just saying to say everything takes an investment. And even with that first getaway, I think we were in a place to where I was going to say, hey, you know what? If I could spend, $600 just to get a portion of understanding or a portion of refreshing or just to be around some positive, like-minded people, it was well worth it. Like you said, during that time, the Lord through many couples. And I think, just being around all of those experiences, all of that wisdom, if there are, once you get there, it's going to be somebody that reaches out to you or somebody you can talk to.
That's good.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Well, I know that our getaway is October 21st through the 23rd, and I just want to thank you all publicly because Ebony and Mine have shown up in a major way, and I really appreciate you guys, and I appreciate your yes. And I think about this because the enemy is gonna, and I want to touch on this just for a moment, not long, but the enemy always attacks the team members and the people right before the marriage getaway. Would y'all agree with that?
It's Wes. Does he do it every time?
Now, Eb, explain that to everybody.
Oh, God gives him the titles of the next year getaways at the getaway, the current getaway, and oh my God, we sometimes it just be like, just don't even tell us. We don't even want to know because every time he says what it's going to be, he be so happy to say it too. Oh man, God gave me this. Y'all really gonna like this legacy. Oh, now I'm finna get your kids. I'm gonna get your grandkids. I'm gonna go back and re-bring your grandma from the grave and let her, it just be. I'm like, what the heck just happened? Like we are literally just coming out of a storm, and so I don't even know if we all the way fully out, and so it's just like I don't even want to know the title for 2023. Don't.
No, but I just want to dive in. We overcome. You do know you're coming out because you overcome the devil through the blood of the Lamb, word of your testimony.
Absolutely.
And just you all being here is a testament of pressing past storms and saying we're yet going. And me and Eb have talked because we both hit some parental storms of adult parenting and the enemy wanted to attack legacy and its lasting legacy of love. Like he wants to say, no, you don't have no lasting legacy of love. Let me show you. And he will use any tactic he can to come in to deceive and to disturb the very elect, the word of God says, you know,
Yeah.
the ones that you think can handle any storm, the ones that you think that have been through hell and back, and we still gonna keep going, and he coming
Woo.
attacking you. And it's not,
Ah,
and I feel like he attacked us too, you know, maybe not directly with our marriage, but then our legacy. And I was like, yeah, I started thinking about what Ed was saying. I was like, you know what? You shush on those titles. Because it hit us in a way that I never have seen before. Our family, our adult children, you know, just the attack. And it makes you angry. And I think it comes to wear you out so you don't have the energy where you just say forget it and you divorce. You want a divorce from your everything. You just want to say forget it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Okay,
Because I
so
was there with you.
yes, you was. Yeah, and it's been really difficult, but I thank God for the fortification of his grace that will come and rescue us. And that's one thing. Lock and loaded, the robbers will show up. If they heard us going through, they show up like nobody's business. Lock and loaded, if we see them going through, we're gonna show up. Lock and loaded, we see y'all going through, we all gonna show up. You know what I mean? And we're gonna say, hey, don't allow the enemy to steal from you the legacy that God has called you to, and the legacy for your family. And breaking generational curses was spoken even over this weekend. Breaking generational curses. That's what we're doing, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Whew, Selah.
Right. I'll say this, you know, I say everything. I'm an open book. You ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it. Don't no things are off the table here because like Nisha said, you know, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. I want to be able to tell people that are entering into the whole parenting adults, grieve them. You have to go through a grieving process because they're
Yeah.
not little anymore. And
Yeah.
that was the thing. It was just like, what the heck is happening here? Like that, y'all gonna talk to me like this, and you gonna do this. And God was just like, listen, they're adults. And so there has to be some type of letting go and grief of what was to come into now what it is. And so that was very hard during this season for me because it's like we got three of them that are adults. Like, kill me now, Lord. Like, no, like I want them to do this, you know, and y'all know. So yeah.
We know. And we thank the Lord for
Yeah.
repentant spirits.
Yeah. And sometimes I think, and this is for any couples out there with adult children, sometimes you think they just don't get it or don't care or have missed everything that you've done. You could have gone to the moon and back because they were hungry, and then they'll complain about what you bring back. That's all right. I won't call them by anybody, but that's what happens. But I believe that they do get it. They do
Yeah.
get it. They do understand. And just like you said, you have to shift that season from now you're not really a parent, you're just an advisor. And they can believe that fat meat is greasy if they want to or not. Y'all
Yep.
can learn the hard way or the easy way. I'm going to know
Yep.
how to make it easy for you. But if you want to choose that hard path, that's okay. You know, but yeah, 100% on that agreement. And we were locked and loaded. Me and mine were locked and loaded. We thought we was gonna have to do something to some people, but it didn't turn out that way. So we were good.
Thank the Lord. Thank the
Praise
Lord for
God.
grace and mercy. Well, anyway, you guys, thank you all so much. I want you guys to make sure that you go to Amazon and purchase this book. This book has been not only just a book of healing, but it also, Ebony and Mayan have hosted workshops on this book, and they will come and teach you on this book and the different steps. And I remember Wes was going through it. He was doing some type of challenge with Pastor Ben Stewart, and he read every book that was probably on our shelf
During the pandemic too.
Wow,
during
wow.
the pandemic. And this was one of the books. He was like, you know what, Niche? This book is really good. I was like, what you trying to say? No, he really was blessed by it. So, and I had read it before, but I just want to say, go to Amazon, you guys, and purchase I Want a Divorce and give it to someone who wants to give up. and allow God to heal them individually, as Ebony said, and then as a couple. And then also, we definitely want you guys to join us October 21st through the 23rd at the Q Center in St. Charles, Illinois. We definitely want you guys to join us and come hang out with us. Registration is still available. So you guys, please come on and share. So anyway, well, it's been great talking to you guys for sure tonight.
Yeah.
And thank you all for being here. And we're gonna toss some microphones to you guys to interview some people in September. Yeah, we're not doing all. We're not doing all the work. We're passing this around. They have been a part of our team and still are, and we're just grateful for your yes to God. Thank you, brother, for your yes to God. Thank you, sister, for your yes to God and to legacy. Got more to
Could you just write down on a Post-it note 2023's theme
and then don't
and put it in an envelope, or just put it in an envelope?
Right. Or maybe if we don't, maybe if we don't speak it out loud.
Yeah, just write it down.
Well,
okay. Is that the way y'all think that works? Okay.
I think people appreciate the fact that, you know, that we actually have to walk out what we hear the Lord saying, and that's not always easy. Yeah. So until next time, you guys, who knows? The Roberts may be your host. We're glad to get paying off, okay? But we're glad we're putting everybody to work.
Look what I typed in my notes. I don't know why I typed that.
Ebony Roberts will come up with the theme per the Lord.
I had that in my notes. You think I'm kidding? I'm going to show you right there. Can you see that?
That's real messed up that y'all gonna put that on me for 2023.
I didn't just type this. I don't know what. We must have had a conversation about it or something. I have a few names for 23 already. Every time the Lord gives me something, I put it in my phone. And He put that in there, Eb.
That's interesting.
All righty.
Well, thank you. Do y'all have any last encouraging words before we go?
Listen, just be right with the Lord. That's all I have.
Be right with the Lord, okay? You'll be right with us. Be right with the Lord. Maya?
Be right with the Lord. And I would say, you know, the one thing I like about us and about Heart Life is the transparency. I say whatever situation that people are in, please talk to somebody and be as open as possible. Ebony and I are definitely people that are transparent. We'll tell you about the goods, the bads, the blood, sweat, and the tears. But so you can definitely reach out to us. But I would say if you're in and you have to talk to somebody, don't sugarcoat it. And I would say Heart Life is a safe place and a place where you can speak your mind. You might have to cuss a little bit, and we'll forgive you for that. But definitely be open about what's going on. That way, it can be prayed for and it can be overcome.
All right, amen.
That's really good. So good, y'all. Well, we love y'all and we appreciate you. You guys are just watching. Share. And until next time, we'll see you guys later on Marriage Madness. Bye.
Bye.